What is going on, guys? Snickel here, and today I have another Platinum Trophy video for you guys. Today I'm going to be getting the Platinum Trophy in Mafia Definitive Edition on the PlayStation 4. Now, the last trophy that I do have to get is Heat from the Cops, which is to lose the cops after accruing a 5-star police chase. I believe that there is a story mission that you do accrue a 5-star police chase, but I didn't earn the trophy when I was playing through on that mission, so I just hopped into free ride here and got that finished up. But anyway, with all of that being said, let's get right into this video. I was live streaming this Platinum Trophy on Twitch. I do live stream all my Platinum Trophies and various other games over there, so if you want to go follow me, there is a link to that down in the description below. So what I had to go for to finish this platinum was obviously the trophy Heat from the Cops, which was to lose a 5-star wanted level. I also had to do 2 random other trophies related to the police, that being I had to bribe a police officer, and then I had to resist arrest. So I did all of those in free ride, and they weren't really too difficult. They took me maybe 15 minutes to do all of them, if that, so they're pretty easy. But what do I have to say about the game? Surprisingly, not really surprisingly, I really liked the game. Now, I know that the game isn't like 100% true to the original Mafia game. It is a complete remake from the bottom up when it comes to kind of the world that you're in, but the story in and of itself does try to stay true, or as true as it can to the original Mafia story. There are a few things that I'm not a big fan of, but you know, it is what it is. Now, I personally have never played fully through the original Mafia game, but from what I have played of it, there are definitely things that are better in this game from that game. You know, obviously graphics, even though, you know, the original Mafia game was mind-blowing when it came out, the graphics of this game are just obviously way more advanced than that game. The other thing that I have to say is way better is just the acting overall, the environment, of course, but the big thing is like the acting, the cutscenes overall. The original game had a great plot and a great story, but I just feel like the voice acting in the game was not very believable. I do think that this game may go a little bit over the top with its voice acting, but I think that that's what makes the game more entertaining. It feels more of a movie rather than actual real life, but it does feel real life. Like, there aren't things that are said that feel completely like, what is going on here? They are believable, but some stuff is a little, you know, and same thing goes with like the story. Like, there are things that I really don't understand about the story, but they you know, Hangar 13 did not try to, you know, reinvent the wheel when it came to the narrative of the game, so I can't really beat on it too much there. But just the whole intro is just like, what, you know, you start as a cab driver and then you go and you're basically like a made man within missions. So there's not really any like context to behind why you have, or why so many people are trusting you and why the family is trusting you. Sorry, I'm giving like a little bit of some spoilers here, but that's just something that kind of like grinded my gears a little earlier in the game. But as you play through and you're playing the game, it's really fun. You feel like you know what's going to happen because it's just the same typical things that you see in like every single other Mafia game or movie. Like, you know things are going to happen, but you're just thinking like, when is that going to happen? One character that I absolutely loved in the game is Paulie, and he really reminded me of Tommy DeVito from Goodfellas. I just can't get over like the comparison that was between those characters, between Goodfellas and Mafia, and I thought it was great. But what was really cool is I knew the Tommy DeVito character from Goodfellas, and then as you're playing through and I put that picture in my head with Paulie, I'm thinking of ways that he's going to kind of make decisions, because he's kind of like a hot-headed character, and sometimes he didn't make those decisions. So it kept me on the edge of my seat when it came to the narrative, because it didn't go exactly the way that I thought it was, which is good. You don't want it to be like, you know, too predictable. But I do think the narrative was great. Everything else in the game is a lot of fun. You know, the physics in the game are a lot of fun, even though playing on the simulation difficulty might be a little tricky to get used to. I think it's very enjoyable, and when you master it, you're going to have a lot of fun zooming around the city playing on the simulation difficulty when you're driving. And then as for the trophy list, it's really, really simple. We'll get into the trophy list a little later on in the video. I'm just kind of giving my thoughts right now of the game overall. So if you haven't picked up the Mafia trilogy, I think it's definitely worth the money that's being put out for it. But all in all, I am not disappointed with this game one bit. It is a nice little game. It wasn't sold for full price, so you weren't like dumping a lot of money into it. So anyway, we are about to lose the police here. So there we go. We just lost the police on our 5-star, which really didn't take that long, and we got heat from the cops. Waves also subscribed on the Twitch channel, so thank you for that, Waves. And then we got our platinum trophy, the original gangster. So I was really, really, really looking forward to this game coming out. I had a lot of fun playing through. But anyway, let's take a look at this list. So here it is, 100% with a platinum. I'm not sure if there'll be any DLC. I'm not really anticipating that, but it would be cool to see some additional content that they kind of bring to the game, even though it wouldn't be true to the original. But as you're looking through the trophy list here, you're going to see that there's trophies related to completing all of the missions, some various other things, and then basically all the collectibles. If you're having any issues with any of the collectibles, I will have a playlist down in the description below. I have a full collectible guide that goes through chapter or mission by mission, and then all of the collectibles in Free Ride, and then all of the hidden it'll give you everything that you need in order to get the collections done throughout the game. But that's really all you have to do throughout the whole game. Complete the game on the hardest difficulty and get all the collectibles. A few various other trophies that you'll get while just naturally playing through the game, or easy stuff that you can hop into Free Ride and get it knocked out in a few minutes. Anyway, here's the profile. Trophy level 529, 54%. Got 11,892 total trophies. Got 8,147 bronze, 2,628 silver, 943 gold, 174 platinums. And like I said, 11,892 total trophies. And here's the platinum trophy itself, the original gangster. So if you have played any of the Mafia games, I would highly suggest to pick this up. If you haven't played any of the Mafia games, I would highly suggest to pick up the Mafia trilogy and play through Mafia 1, 2, and 3, because they're all great games. Mafia 1 Remake, or the Definitive Edition, this one here, and Mafia 3 can have a few bugs when it comes down to it, because they are some of the first games that Hangar 13 has ever made, so they are trying to iron some things out, but I think that they are great games, and the way that they actually play and feel is amazing. It's like nothing else on the market. So I really enjoyed the game. I really don't want to critique it anymore, because I think that I've really, given it all my thought, and I really, like I'm saying, I think you guys should go and play the game if you haven't already. So if I did have to rate this trophy list out of 10 when it comes to a difficulty, I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10. Now, I'll explain to you why I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. I do think it probably could go lower than that, 3 or 4. But the reason I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10 is you do have to complete this game on the classic difficulty, which is the hardest difficulty in the game. And that can prove to be pretty annoying in a few missions. One of the missions being fair play, which is the race mission. You have to beat the race on simulation driving, but also the AI basically rubber bands like crazy. So you have to be very, very, very comfortable with the simulation driving in order to win that race. And you do have to win that race in order to complete that mission. There is another mission that you have to do. I believe I don't really know. It's when you have to go to the countryside. That mission can be a pain in the ass on the hardest difficulty, because you have to take down this like tanker truck, and you have to be so precise with all of your shots from the Tommy gun that it's ridiculous. And overall, when you get into some of the missions where you have to do a lot of shooting, there's not a lot of health around the map. So, and your health doesn't regenerate. It regenerates up to like a quarter or something, and then you're done. So there is some conservative thoughts that need to be made as playing through the game. Same thing that goes with ammo. You can't just go blowing through all your ammo, because Tommy doesn't hold hundreds of clips worth of ammo. He only holds a few. So you do have to be conservative. The other part with ammo is if you go to reload, you lose whatever's in the magazine. So if you have 6 clips in your or if you have 6 bullets in your magazine and you reload, you lose those 6 bullets. They don't go back into your reserve. So you do have to be kind of mindful of that. So that difficulty is what bumps it up from like a 3 or 4 to a 5, because it can prove to be pretty difficult throughout a few missions, but overall it's really not the end of the world when it comes down to it. So 5 out of 10, 5 out of 10. Time it takes to get the platinum, I want to say anywhere between 20-ish, around 20-ish hours, I would say. It'll take you probably 10 to 12 hours, 10 to 15 hours, I would say, probably to get through the campaign. If you play through, this is if you're playing through one time, you're starting on the classic difficulty, you're playing through, you're following the collectible guide, and you're getting the collectibles in the chapter, and you're not having to play, chapter select again. You're probably looking at around 10 to 15 hours to get through the campaign. That might be with a little bit of cleanup, and then when you get to the free ride to finish up the rest of the collectibles, you're probably talking another 5 to 10 hours, depending how fast you can get through. That's like 10 hours is like way high side. That I don't even think that would be possible. So I would say, around 20-ish hours is probably safe. 20 to 25 hours is probably how long it takes to get this platinum. So 5 out of 10, 20 to 25 hours. If you guys haven't picked the game up or the trilogy, I would highly suggest it because it's just a great game. I've had so much fun playing through, and I might stack up on it and do the EU version of it as well because it was that good. Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys have played the game, if you're looking forward to playing it, if you didn't know you wanted to pick it up. Any questions or anything, do leave those down in the comments below. Down in the description below, you'll find links to all types of stuff, my Twitter, my Twitch, other videos like this, my Discord server. You'll also find that Mafia playlist for any collectible guides or anything, or any guides that you'll need throughout the game. That'll all be linked down in the description below. Like I said, if you guys did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like. If you've made it this far and you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing for more trophy content like this, and I hope to see you all around sometime soon.